Welcome to our podcast, Discover the Duncan Difference. Today we have a special episode. I'm here with Brian Battaglia, who is at our partner agency, L. Calvin Jones in Ohio. And we're also here with Rodd Meyer, who is Team Dobson, SERVPRO, also in Ohio. Today is going to be really fun and interesting because we are going to be talking about how we work together and what we can do for our clients. So I'm going to hand it over to Brian and Rodd to talk about all of this.
Good to be here.
Yep, thanks for having us. It's just like it's important for us to find quality clients, quality vendors for, whatever type of business we're running. It's important that we have a reliable source when a client or a customer is in need. And over the years, the relationship we've built has proven that in the time of need, we don't need to be afraid to refer you guys in to help one of our clients. If anything, you are a positive representation of who we are and what we do. So the partnership is much appreciated. Yeah. And if you want to talk a little bit about how we've helped some of our clients.
Yeah. First of foremost, we appreciate the partnership too. As we've grown from one franchise to 19 franchises, you guys have been with us from the beginning to where we are now, and to our growth into the Pittsburgh area. And one of the things we pride ourselves in is customer service. When we have a partnership and a relationship like we have, we consider it the most important thing is that when we receive a referral from your agency, whether it be L. Calvin Jones or Duncan Financial, we want to make sure that we put that as a priority and give the best customer service we can, along with the best mitigation that we can provide. A couple examples are just this week. We've had 2 calls from Duncan Financial Group. The first call came in on Monday before all the rain. Kind of a sad story, but we were able to help them out. The customer was on vacation in Florida, enjoying themselves, but came home and find out that they had a pipe break on the 3rd floor bathroom that basically ran all the way down to the basement. It's a little bit not knowing what to do, hysterical a little bit, called out Calvin Jones and Duncan Financial. They in turn gave them our number directly to call me. I took the call. And within an hour, we were there to assess the damage, let them know the scope of work that needed to be done. And by the end of the day, we were there working, mitigating, doing some stabilization so that she could at least know that the process was beginning and she was going to be okay. Right. So that was kind of exciting to be able to do. And then, of course, with all the rain we've had the last few days, we got a call for a coffee shop. Same situation. It was in the basement. Nobody had really gone down to the basement, but there was an odor that was arising up, and it wasn't from the restaurant. So they knew there was an issue. Again, they go down the basement, realize that there's something going on down there.
Again, from roasting coffee.
Yeah, and it was not from roasting coffee. So, again, they called Duncan Financial. The agent called me directly. Again, even in the midst of the storm, we were able to get there to meet with the customer at their time frame. And the very next day, we were beginning the work for them. It was great. Mm-hmm. And so when I'm able to do that for a client and a customer and somebody that I have a relationship with, it's like the best thing. It's like the best thing ever.
For sure. It's all, relative to, I think, the ease of doing business, right? Having the direct line of communication when a customer is panicking over a situation, being able to respond quickly brings them a lot of peace. And as we both know, the sooner you can get in there and start drying outs,
absolutely,
the better it is for both of us as well. So,
if you learn anything from this podcast, speed is the key. The sooner your insurance agent is contacted, the sooner we can get contacted and get out there to make it like it never even happened.
Yeah. So aside from storms, I think there's probably a lot of people who have no idea what all you guys provide. think we're similar in terms of being a one-stop shop. You're a one-stop shop for all things construction or emergency, or a one-stop shop for all things insurance and financial service. So, it's not just, we don't just do your home and auto. We don't just do your business. We can do the home auto, the business, life insurance, 401k, group benefits, you name it, tax and accounting. The more services we can provide to our clients, the better. And same thing with you guys. So, I learn every day. Personally, I've learned over the years what all you do, but I think that there's a lot of people who have no idea of all the services you provide.
Yeah, it is. And even as I visit other insurance agencies in the area, they all have heard of SERVPRO. SERVPRO, okay, yeah, you guys do water and fire restoration. What a lot of individuals don't know is we actually do commercial restoration. A lot of people think we just did residential. We just went into homes, almost like, a mom and pop in a van going to clean out basements. But SERVPRO has really grown in the last 4 years. We've grown in the last 10 years. And we tell people, when you think of cleaning, think of SERVPRO. We have a whole line of ancillary services that we do, from HVAC cleaning to carpet cleaning to pressure washing to window cleaning to basically just general office cleaning. We do all of that, and it's actually a part of our business that really has exploded over the years as people begin to realize that we do these things. We have carpet cleaning vans, and we have HVAC vans out every day doing this service for residential and commercial. So that's really brought a lot more business to us, and it's increased the brand recognition as we go forward. But another thing that we do that a lot of people didn't know that we do is board ups. We do board ups, emergency service board ups, and roof tarps. Especially when we've had the rain that we've had today, people go home, all of a sudden they look up and they got drops of water coming in their house. We can do emergency roof tarps. And the other thing that is really has really been a big part of our business lately is one of those bittersweet things, is crime scene cleanups, suicide cleanups, overdoses, and things like that. That's a tough one because you're dealing with, a life of a human being. But being able to go there to show empathy for the situation and to be able to do something that is hard for a homeowner to do to get that situation taken care of is another thing that provides a great customer service for people that we have relationships with.
Yeah, and I think, the fact that our footprints really kind of overlap in terms of where our offices are located, where your geographical footprint covers, offices in Erie, Pittsburgh. So it's nice that you could be responsive and be there right away.
Yeah. And that's another thing that people don't know. They realize, SERVPRO Team Dobson, they're out of Warren, Ohio. They're out of the Mahoning Valley. Well, we have 19 franchises, but we have hubs in those areas. We have an office in McKees Rocks. We have an office in Erie. We have an office in Cleveland. And so we don't just come from Warren, Ohio. We are in the territories that we're in. So we have people who live in those areas that respond in those areas. But what's nice, if it's a big commercial job and they need more people, we can send people from Warren to Pittsburgh, from Erie to Pittsburgh, from Cleveland to Pittsburgh if we have to, and vice versa in any one of those areas. So if we need to, move a ton, then we have the personnel, not just personnel, but also the equipment to handle anything. I like to say this: we can handle anything from a 600 square foot basement to a 6-story office building, from anything from a sewer and drain backup to a pipe break that starts on the 6th floor and ends up all the way down to the 1st floor. We have the personnel and we have the equipment to, again, make it like it never even happened.
Good. I mean, luckily, we're one of those agencies that we don't really have claims. But
yeah, I'm finding that out. We're going to work on that.
But no, we really do appreciate it, and it's not always a storm-related service, right?
Right, absolutely.
There's other situations that come up where you guys have been able to help us, and really, when somebody does have a problem, whether it's a leak in a master bathroom, You could go in and obviously fix that problem. But let's say that the customer decides at that time, hey, since we're already going through this, why not remodel? And let's just get it all over with at one time. And you're able to assist in that process too.
Yeah, and we love that, and we get that all the time. We come in, there's been water damage, we begin the demo process, and then after we're done with the mitigation, we have our own construction division. So our mitigation is done. We get all the paperwork signed for that, all the certificate of satisfaction on that, and then we pass that over to our construction division, which is separate. So they have their own project manager with it, and construction crews for that job. So it makes it nice because mitigation, we can keep going on with mitigation, but then they have their own project manager. It's project manager, a personal project manager for that job who will see that project all the way through.
Good. In terms of cost, right? Let's say we know, just as our customers want to worry about cost when they buy insurance. Do you ever feel like customers wonder, hey, is this going to be, are you guys more expensive than what my insurance company is going to be willing to pay? Have you ever run into problems where an insurance company has an issue with your billable rates, things of that nature?
Yeah. Well, every time we go out to handle an insurance job that is insurance related, we use the software that all insurance carriers use, Xactimate. So everything that we do is done according to Xactimate. We don't make Xactimate prices. Those prices are already made by the insurance industry. All we do, it's basically square footage, equipment, what are we using? And basically they tell us what we can charge. We can't just charge somebody something that's top of mind. It's according to what Xactimate does. So really there's not an issue with that. Sometimes there is an issue with work that's being done, but that's because we follow the IICRC. Everything that we've done is according to the IICRC standard. So when we submit our estimate for the claim, the adjuster will receive everything that needs to be done, whether it's commercial or residential, according to the IICRC. Now, they may have a question with that, but once that gets ironed out and they understand that we're doing it according to the industry standard, there's usually no problem with that. What may have some questions is when we go into a water job, just to give you an example, is we're looking for what type of category the water is and what type of class the water is. Mm-hmm. Now, according to the category and class, that's going to tell us what type of mitigation services we do. So when the adjuster understands that we are doing, let's say, a category 3 water loss, that may be a class 3. What that means is that is basically something that's like raw sewage. And when it's raw sewage or anything like that, that means demo has to happen. So they're not going to question that. They're going to realize this is a category 3 water loss. This needs to be demoed because it can't be restored. And if it's a class 3, that means that it's been completely saturated with this sewage or whatever it may be. So they're going to understand that. So usually if there are questions, once they take time to go through the line items and understand the category and class, usually all those questions are answered and everyone's on the same page.
Yeah, and it makes the client feel a lot better knowing, hey, this is being done the right way. I'm not going to have to worry that like a month from now, a year from now, 3 years from now, that I'm going to have an issue come back because we try to put a Band-Aid on something rather than doing it the right way.
Absolutely. And we will do every job the right way. And if somebody would want us to cut corners or anything like that, we will not do it. We tell them this is the industry standard. Now we've had situations where the industry standard says, can you demo this or get rid of this? And the customer, for maybe one reason or another, says, no, I don't want you to do it. Then we do have a limitations paper that they can sign stating that they did not want us to remove that. and then they can keep it, but then that covers us, so they can't come back in 3 months or something and say, you guys didn't do what you want.
Right. We do the same thing on the insurance side.
Yeah.
When we offer coverage or our customer wants to remove coverage, we certainly are making sure they sign off just to protect ourselves too.
Yeah. One other thing, as you're servicing your clients, and I say this all the time because I teach continuing education for insurance agents. Right now, the average cost for a sewer and drain backup is around $8,900. Okay. So when a client understands that if your basement has a sewer and drain backup, you want to make sure that you have the coverage to, if you have a finished basement, to be able to put that back. Now, if you have a basement that's unfinished, you still want to make sure that you can get it clean, sanitized, and dried so you can prevent mold or any other type of microbial growth to happen. And so as you're servicing clients, you want to be able to know that.
Absolutely.
So when they come and they say, well, why do I need this? You could say because you live in Northeast Ohio or Western PA and you're going to eventually have water in your basement.
Absolutely. We believe that our job is to really educate our customers, not just sell them a product. We don't want surprises. So in the event that they do have a water backup claim, we ask the questions up front while we're doing our underwriting in regard to, is the basement finished? Is this limit of insurance enough to replace everything down there that you have? God forbid something happens. So yeah, it's all about selling the right product and really educating the client.
Yeah, and I can tell you, I've been in enough basements, and I know the ones that are so thankful because their insurance agent did just what you said, and they call their agent to see if they have this sewer and drain backup. And I can tell by the way they walk down the steps whether they have it or whether they're not, whether they're going to be a happy client or they're going to be an upset client and stuff like that. Because sad to say, but there's a lot of people that live in our area that don't have an extra $5,000-$10,000 sitting in the bank to pay for something like this. So to have that in their premium that they're paying a little bit extra for every month is so much worth it.
Yeah, and really in the grand scheme of things, that cost is so minimal.
Yep. Absolutely.
You don't even know it's in your premium.
Absolutely. So that's a great benefit to have. And so I like to push that. And you can leave this in if you want or not. But I always tell agents, if you can't sell it, call me. 330-506-4922. And I'll sell it for you and we could split the commission. Okay.
I'll send you some pics.
You give me that $10, okay, so that you have that covered. But no, it is important. And I do offer that service. If you have a client, they're just not understanding, call me. We've been in thousands of basements and stuff like that. And sad to say is you really don't understand until it happens to you. But the reality of sewer and drain backup is, and I give this kind of analogy is, 20 years ago when somebody had cancer, everybody said, oh my goodness, they have cancer. But now push forward to today, we all probably have somebody who's dealing with cancer in one way, shape, or form. Well, it's the same with sewer and drain backup. 20 years ago, people might go, what's sewer and drain backup? I've been living here for 20 years. I've never had a sewer and drain backup. Today, if you haven't had one, you know somebody that's had one, and you know what the havoc that it can cause by having it. So why not have that peace of mind?
Absolutely.
Quick question. You said that you guys do like all cleaning, like HVAC. So like you clean out vents, people's vents, like sanitize their vents and stuff. Cause that's, I should probably get that done.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do the HVAC. So that's what it is.
Like
it goes
so much
in.
mold and stuff in your air.
Yeah.
If you're not cleaning that out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Pets.
Yeah. Right. My dogs. Yeah.
We do it all. I tell them, just if you got a question about cleaning, just call me. Just call me. And listen, if you need me, you got a direct line. Okay? 330-506-4922. Everybody at Duncan has it. And El Calvin has it. The thing about SERVPRO, like I said in the beginning, is it used to be like a mom and pop residential. And then I think it was 6 years ago, Blackstone Corporation bought SERVPRO. And from then it's just taken off. And it used to be like this, is that you would have this like family owned, just mom and pop doing, cleaning basements. But then when Blackstone bought it, they were like, they looked at the scheme of SERVPRO and says, when it comes to residential mitigation and restoration, you guys are like number one. But you're missing so much more. The first thing is saying is you guys are missing on the reconstruction, you know, because a lot of the SERVPROs weren't doing reconstruction. They're like, you're already in their house. You've already demoed it. It's perfectly ready for somebody to come in and to rebuild it. You should start doing, you know, the rebuild. And so our ownership was like, yeah, we should do that. So we started doing that. But then the other thing is they're like, why aren't you guys doing commercial restoration? Why are you just settling on residential? Well, the thing, if you're a mom and a pop and you're driving around, you know, and you have a couple of dehumidifiers and air movers, well, you can do a basement.
Sure.
You know, you can do a couple, but can you do a 6-story, you know, apartment complex or office building? Well, that means you have to invest, you know, into the equipment and then also into the people and stuff like that. So our ownership group did that. They made a major investment into equipment and stuff like that. If you look around our warehouse, if you look at our vehicles, you know, everything is new. Everything is pristine. We have the latest equipment. It's clean. And you name it. If there's something new that comes out, they get it because they want the latest and greatest that's come out so they can do the best customer service possible. So we have it. You guys, well, you'll see, but across the street, we have 4 semis. It may even be 5 now. One might be on a job, but 5 semis that are filled with equipment. I believe it's 400 air movers, 100 dehumidifiers, and like 50 air scrubbers. We could put that, get a truck, latch it, and then drive it right to a job site. So you talk about that. So they put the investment in the equipment and then talk about the culture of SERVPRO. The other thing they did is when COVID hit and they understood the importance of our production people, because when everybody else couldn't go out, we still had to go out. Pipes were still breaking, you know, fires were still happening. Houses need restored, businesses need restored. So our people had to go out. And one of the things that they did is they invested in the people. And I believe at that time they gave everybody like a $2 or $3 raise in what they did, where I believe the starting rate was like 15. They took everybody to 17. It didn't even matter if you were hired the day before. Boom, that was going to be your starting rate as just a technician, just coming in. Like, boom, you got a raise. If you become a crew chief, raise. If you're a production manager, raise. And because we've grown from 1 franchise in 2011 to the 19 franchises we have here in 2024, the opportunity for growth is unbelievable. So to be able to, in Northeast Ohio and Western PA, to be able to make a living, you know, in this industry is huge. But that's the investment that the ownership group gave to the employees here at SERVPRO Team Dobson. And because one of the questions we get, well, how do you keep your people? Well, they're the best paid people in the industry. That's how we keep them, you know? And listen, I don't know if you guys have been on a claim in the midst of the claim. It's not fun.
It's not.
It's not fun. It doesn't even matter what type. If a sewer and drain backup, that's a category 3 that's full of sewage. Okay. That's not saying, yeah, I'll do that. You know, yeah, sign me up. But even after a fire, you know, you go in and you have that soot smell, and that smoke smell, and you got to go in there day after day to clean that. That's tough. We as a marketing team last week, there was a school that needed to get open for after spring break, after Easter. So we as a marketing department went up there to help them clean. And I can tell you this, that after I was done, I was like, thank God I'm in marketing. Thank God I'm in marketing. But it was awesome because it got us out on the job to see what these individuals are doing
day in and day out.
Now, because I've been with Jimmy Dobson, one of the owners, since 1994. I've done all of that, so I understand it. And I always tell everyone, from sales to marketing to whatever position you have, you better take care of your production people. You better take care of them. Listen, maybe they, you know, we're all human. Maybe they made a little mistake or something like that. That's not the time to get on them. That time is to come beside them and to build them up and encourage them, not to say, you got it. No, I'm like, you don't. Right. I love my production people. I will treat them the best. I will buy them lunch. I'll go out and, you know, give them a pop, I don't know, whatever it takes, man. But you want to make sure you take care of your people. But the culture of SERVPRO Team Dobson is they do take care of their people, and that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's great. The benefit of working with you guys specifically in Northeast Ohio, Western PA, is the fact that you are family owned. We're not telling our clients to call an 800 number for service. I'm lucky enough to know most of your staff, the owners of the company. They are real life, just great people, down to earth, and it's really a pleasure to work with people like that. So we appreciate it.
Yeah, and Andrew and Katie, the other co-owners with Jimmy Dobson, they weren't just handed the keys. They had to work. I mean, I remember Andrew out in the carpet truck before we were even SERVPRO. We were Buckeye Clean Care, and he's out there going out to jobs doing the carpet cleaning. But he has, and Katie has, they both have worked themselves up once they got into the SERVPRO and invested into SERVPRO. But they're here. Like you met them today. They're both working. They're not taking the day off. They're working. Katie is running the office. Basically, Andy acts as the general manager, taking care of business, and the fact that Andy is a triple master and restorer. That means he's certified in everything. So he's certified in water, certified in fire, certified in carpet cleaning, certified in mold, certified in lead, certified in asbestos. So we do asbestos and lead. So we also test for that. But he's certified, and actually the other benefit is, when you talk about the culture here, is Andrew actually has his own water class. So he teaches to get all of our employees certified. So after 90 days, every 90 days, he's teaching another class, because those that have been there that are in training, he wants to make sure that they last. He's just not going to do it every week. So after 90 days, there's a new group of employees that comes in that he takes the time, and he does it for free. And he takes them through the class and teaches them and gets them certified in water. So when you have somebody from SERVPRO Team Dobson going out to a job, you have somebody who is certified in it. And if they're not certified in it, that means they're in training and they're with somebody that is certified. So you can't be a crew chief or a production manager unless you're certified. So that's one thing that I think above a lot of other restoration companies is all of our people are basically certified. I'm certified. Katie Barker in marketing, certified. Now, again, we're hoping we don't have to go down in the basement, but if we do, Katie Barker, she's certified. She's going to let you know. She's going to let you know if that's category 1, 2, or 3. I think she'll go with category 1, 2. Category 3, she's probably not.
The education and training is extremely important.
Go ahead.
On our end, we do the same thing. We pay for staff or our employees to go back for whatever designation they want to go after, specific training, because the investment back into our industry is really what separates us from other agents. Anybody can go out and get a license to sell insurance, but it's what you do after that point that really, teaches you the business inside and out.
Yeah. And again, another way that you invest, you're doing it with me because I'm coming to Al Calvin Jones to teach a CE class, and I'm going to Duncan to teach a CE class. And that's another benefit of the partnership. I love that. I love going out to Duncan and meeting the ones that I haven't met yet, and going to Al Calvin Jones and seeing everybody there. But it's another benefit that we see, that you're like, hey, a lot of agencies I go to right now, they don't let their employees leave at all. And so they have to figure out how to get their, CE credits and stuff like that. But that shows the importance you have in your employees and making sure that they have what they need and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
same thing with our clients. I mean, the value of us here in Ohio partnering with Duncan in Western PA, I mean, really our history working together really goes back to the early to mid 2000s through our Keystone affiliation. But just recently, over the last 2 or 3 years, in our more recent partnership, it now in Ohio gives us the opportunity to offer services that we never offered before, right? Mm-hmm. We were strictly a PNC shop and we did contract surety. Now when a customer, again, needs help with any of the financial services, we now have the availability to offer those. So partnership, no matter which way it goes, is beneficial to both.
Yeah. Well, in closing, I would just like to say thank you to L. Calvin Jones and Duncan Financial Group for this partnership. It's been a great partnership, and we're thankful for the insurance coverage that you give us as a company, and are glad because every time we continue to grow, you grow with us, and it's good to know that you have that ability to do that. And then on the other side, we're just glad that when you need our service, that we're there. And the fact that I consider this relationship and this partnership so important that I tell you guys and everyone that's affiliated with L. Calvin Jones and Duncan that they can call me direct. You can call me on my cell phone, 330-506-4922. You can also call the company 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year at 330-393-9999. But again, I want to thank Emily. I thank Brian for having me.
Yes,
it's been
thank you
great.
for being here. We
Thanks,
appreciate
buddy.
it.
Appreciate it.